The history of the Anglican Church of Kenya dates back to 1844, when the first missionary from the church, missionary Dr. Johann Ludwig Krapf, arrived in Mombasa and was joined 2 years later by Reverend Johann Redman. Established 50 years ago, ACK St. Luke's Church sits at the heart of GATHARA-INI village in MURANGA County, serving the Anglican community in the area.
Athuri aria mari guku mahinda maria migunda yaturagwo mari ogi muno ni undu mari na kioneki ati ni makenda kugea na cukuru o hamwe na kanitha. Kuo ni maigire githaka giki turi kia eka 12 namba 972 gakorwo scheme kire gia cukuru na magicoka makiiga kiwanja kingi kia eka emwe namba 972 gakorwo scheme.
The pioneers of this church, quite a number of them, were very good in coffee farming. So you find that they really transferred it to the generations that are there, because even today, most of the homesteads you visit, you'll find very good small scale of coffee plantation, those small farming of coffee.
1969 nirio twacokire tugiuka Kihuro tukiambiriria kwenja cia kwarimiki giku tukienja cia gwakira ciana citu iria ciari cia mbere twagiaka irathi o irathi icio nicio twacokire tugikioya ciana icio ciari ng'ima citu tugicitwara kuo o hindi yo ri tukirana no twake kanitha tutigage guthomera irathi.
Bishop uria wokire gutebithia bateba bacio gutiare gwake kanitha ciana ciathomagira irathi-ini ona ithuĩ twathomagira irathi-ini. Hindi ĩyo nĩ kwabatithirie andũ aingĩ mũno na mabatithĩirio handũ mũtĩ-inĩ wa gwĩte. Mũtĩ-inĩ wa gwĩte ũguo mũtĩ mũnene tondũ nĩ gĩthaka kĩarĩ kuo, nĩho mabatithĩirio tondũ onakorwo irathi ciarĩ ndĩku-rĩ Bishop na atungatĩri makiugire ti hoere.
Over the years, the church, which started in one of the classrooms in the nearby Kihuro primary school, has grown immensely, impacting the society in various ways and dimensions.
In the future, after you are done,
it has given birth to Mokoi primary school. It has also given birth to Kagwaja primary school, and also it has also founded 2 new churches, giving a total of 3 to the new parish of Kihuro. Further, the school also prides of a secondary school. This contribution is quite heavy in terms of impacting knowledge to the community.
Sunday school goku tene twana mbere tutambĩrĩirie kanitha gũkũ Sunday school ya kĩrĩo kũrĩa Kĩhuro. Koguo ciana nyingĩ nĩ ireragwo na mũthingi mwega kuma haha harĩ Sunday school. Na ciauma Sunday school haha no cicoka igagĩthiĩ gũkũ cukuru ũyũ witũ. Na cukuru ũyũ nĩ tuonete maciaro maingĩ mũno maumĩte kuma oro haha tondũ na development imwe twĩkĩte gũkũ nĩ maciaro ma ciana iria ciarereirwo kuma Sunday school kuma gũkũ.
Mwaka-inĩ wa 1988, 2nd October 1988, parish ya Kĩrĩithĩro nĩ yatwĩtĩkĩririe tũhingũre kanitha wa Kagwaja. Na twarĩ na andũ arĩa twarĩ nao tuokire nao, twarĩ na mũndũ wĩtagwo JP Maina Muturi as the vice chair. Population kana a Christian arĩa twarĩ nao over 150 hĩndĩ ĩyo. Nĩ maiganagĩra irathi 2 cia thukuru, nĩkĩo tweciririe nĩ tũkwenda twĩcirie ũhoro wa gwaka.
Hĩndĩ ciothe kanitha gũthiĩ handũ-rĩ nĩ hagĩaga ũtheri. Na tio haha nĩ kũndũ guothe. Kanitha yoka Kihuro nĩ kwagĩrĩirwo na ũtheri ũtarĩ kuo mbere. Ona yoka haha mũkũi kanitha gĩthomo nĩ gĩathomirwo biũ. Tondũ andũ mona bata wa gĩthomo na wa maendeleo.
The church has given me an opportunity to come here and participate in developing the church, and the amount that I get from here, it is helping me to raise some money instead of interrupting my parents so that they can give me something. The church have given me an opportunity so that I can gain something.
Kwa area kukiwa na watu wengi wamesoma, area inakuwa mzuri. Hakuna watu wengi wanaradarada. Pia kuna milandi ya kanisa ambayo inasaidia community. Kama kwa health wamekuwa na dispensary hapa ambayo imekuwa ikitusaidia sana. Watu hawaendi mbali kutafuta matibabu, wanakuja tu karibu na kanisa imetusaidia. Kanisa na serikali zinafanya kazi moja.
Na nĩ ũndũ wa ngwatanĩro ĩrĩa mwarĩ nayo na support nene, nĩ mokaga thibitarĩ gũthondekwo mũno na tũtiarĩ na gathĩna ona gothe. Nĩ twahotaga kũrĩha mĩcara yothe ya aruti a wĩra acio atatũ, ona kanitha tũkamĩteithĩrĩria.
2007 twarĩ na community center ĩrĩa yateithagia ciana mũno na computer training, guidance and counseling of youth, na nĩ yakoragwo ĩ mũciĩ wa ciana iria ithiaga secondary nĩ ũndũ wa kũgimario marĩ 8 magĩthiĩ form 1. Yarĩ nyũmba nini tũkĩenda kũmĩnenehia ĩtuĩke nyũmba nene ĩgĩe na ngoroba, na wĩra ũcio nĩ ũthiĩte na mbere ũkĩrutagwo nĩ community.
Rĩu ũhoro ũcio watwĩkagĩra guoya mũno. Ningĩ kana nĩ kwenderio guoya kana nĩguo gwathiaga.
It engages in government announcements that if the community want to be informed about the new things in the government, they use the church. And through the church council, we have the secretary who makes the announcements on every Sunday if there is anything to be announced to benefit the congregation, to benefit the community around, for the purpose of enhancing the benefit of knowledge.
Through various programs, the church has grown leaps and bounds, taking evangelism to the people by internationally building relationships with the local community and engaging them in spiritual conversations.
When people saw the need to join the Mothers Union, it became a big group. So that people could join it, we started holding seminars whereby we taught the young and the old how to care for their families, relationship between husband and wife. Health at home. We taught them about good eating habits. We taught them those things that would make our homes presentable. And when people realized the role, they joined, so that we could know more about Mothers Union. The then Reverend Dominic Mudoga was in charge of the ACK Kihuro parish, because then we hadn't got a parish, took me for a conference in Butere Girls back in 1993. When I went there, I found some of my college mates, some of my teachers who were teaching me. They were the leaders of the Mothers Union. That is when I knew that this was a group that was countrywide.
If we can look back, times we could see people were not able to put on clothes which were decent, presentable, because they really didn't mind. Most of the times they were going just to the farm and back home. Like now with the church, you have to get something which is presentable. And starting that way, we have seen a big change. Nowadays, most of the people who are walking around, people who are coming to church, people in their homes, you find that they are clean.
We used to have a health center. And this health center really helped quite a lot of people, particularly the people who are advanced in age. And although it is not operational today, I'm aware the church is really working hard to see that we have a health training school funded by the government in part of the land. Kihuro has quite a big chunk of land, and I'm aware, and we are working together with the community to see to it that we have a health center.
The whole purpose of KAMA was to assist the church, and by the objectives of KAMA, which are of course to able to assist the church, to stress on marriages, to stress on family, prayers, and again assisting in activities of the church and serving the community. So KAMA has been forthright in doing all these activities. KAMA goes on in supporting prayer meetings, both in the church and in the community. There have been visits to homes, not only for KAMA members, for the members of this community around.
After their fundraising, which normally comes at around November, they always identify somewhere where they can take the KAMA people to go and learn things to do with farming, so that they can improve the coffee farming, they can improve on their livestock. Livestock will include the cattle, it will include the poultry, the rest. Farming, mostly it is about maize and coffee, because those are the things which are very, very crucial in our area.
The church has positively impacted on the community through moral guidance, as well as stewardship on areas such as personal development and health.
So far, this church imefanya vitu kubwa kwa wana youth kama sisi. Imetuwezesha raise the talents of some youths like singing, dancing. Tumeweza kugrow far tukiwa ndani ya church. Still bado kuna watu wana join kucheza piano. Still the instruments like guitar, drum set, hizo imetusaidia sana. Na bado still wana youths hawajapotea, wako church. Watu kukuja church kama wana youths. Hii church imeweza kuchukua wana youths wengi huko nje na kuwarudisha church. So wana youths hawezi potea kwa drugs.
And we normally invite guidance and counseling people who normally give them the necessary advice that they require. And in most cases, we normally discourage them in involving themselves with drugs, immoral things, which can prevent them from becoming responsible people when they grow up.
Quite a number of our churches, in terms of numerical issues, you'll find that men are quite low. In the turnout in our churches, men are very low. And it's an issue that is really affecting our young people, in that even the lifestyle that they are living, you'll find them not living as we expect, and especially the manhood in them. You'll find it lacking. They are lacking role models in our churches. So I plea to all of us, and especially in the family issues, we must stand up and be good role models to our dear ones, to our generation that is coming.
Having been brought up and bred in Kihuro ACK have really helped me in the growth and in my day-to-day living. Since the values impacted on us, since we were young, from baptism to confirmation to going through the process of the youth. It's a call to all the youth, all our young men and women, to embrace the service of the church and to follow the Christian values.
We want these young people who are getting married to be able to carry their marriages on. So there are those seminars which are normally called about, and they attend, and we have seen changes. And some of these changes, we'll see them through the sustained marriages, through the way the children have been brought up, how they have gone through their education. And one of the indicators that, nowadays that children are going to school and they are moving on is, if I can remember our earlier years, especially like me when I was bringing up my children, we could get house girls who are small girls, those who never went to secondary school. But nowadays, and I can see around, young people, they can bear me witness. When you have a small child and you are working class, to get a house help is very hard now to get a young lady.
There is also the aspect of community coming together. And especially, like this one, I'll take one of the beneficiaries. I got married at the ACK church. And I benefited from the infrastructure of who the bishop's place. That is the cathedral where I did my wedding, MURANGA, ACK Cathedral, St. James. And then we did not, if it were, we did not have anywhere else to go but to be with our people. So I enjoyed my wedding using the church compound, which you have seen where we had been. And we were able to embrace the community there around in a big way.
The church assists the school during the pastoral program. Every Wednesday, we have the reverend, the evangelist, or even members of the church coming to address our students, both the students and the teachers, during the assembly. We read the Bible together. They offer a lot of counseling, and the students are able to acquire a lot of values through that preaching, and they're encouraged to practice. So there is a lot of guidance that comes from the church.
We also have a program on the education Sundays in the church, and we normally participate. Our children practice songs, they practice drama, and we normally present a program of the education Sunday towards the end of the year, mostly in October.
Thukuru uyu ni ukoretwo uri uteithio witu munene muno ni undu wa ciana iria thomeire guku. Amwe mathomeire guku ni matuikite madagitari. Kuri mathomeire guku magatuika mawakiri. Ona angi mathomeire guku magathie murimo. Ona amwe maratuteithia na kubanga maundu ta Joram Bathi ni umwe thomeire uhoro wa tiri muno na kugaya. Aria angi nao no makoretwo magituteithia muno maumite oro guku na thiini wa thoko ta iria tureka guku cia gwaka kanitha ona gwaka cukuru. na nĩ njuge ona ũhoro wa ũrĩmi nĩ makũrĩtie mũno nĩ gũtũtara, tũkahanda kahũa wega, tũkarĩithia ng'ombe wega, tũkarĩithia ngũkũ wega, mau nĩ maciaro mamwe tuonete nĩ ũndũ wa gĩthomo kĩrĩa gĩkoretwo gĩ gũkũ.
We were holding mentorship, and we still hold mentorship programs in the primary and the secondary school. And some of these mentorship is to help the student see that even us, when they see us, we were also born in the same village. We used to do the same thing. We were not born in wealth. We were not born in riches. But because we followed the Christian faith, because we followed the Christian teachings that we were taught by going to church, we were able to withstand challenges.
Programming and preaching is done by the, of course, the clergy and also the lay people or among the congregation. So that way again, it helps these people in gaining confidence. You can stand in front of the people and express yourself, and when you find that the congregation is responding, you feel good and you know that you have that ability. So even in any other place, you can stand up and express yourself.
We have been involved in visiting schools, both primary and secondary schools, to encourage the boy child so that he can grow responsibly and see exactly, learn from the cameramen who are supposed to be leaders in every aspect of this society.
You find that at the same time the church has really tried to use the expertise that we do have in our churches. We have different professions that are in our church, and we really use them for the benefit of the church and the community at large. We have agricultural officers who are our Christians. We have teachers who are our Christians. Those different professions. And you find that every time we have a seminar, we have seminars, sometimes we use our own Christians to guide us on issues pertaining our environment, pertaining our farming, pertaining our cattle ranching and all that. And that's why if you walk around, you find that because of the expertise that we do have, in terms of conservation, you'll find that we have been guided quite well.
As the church celebrates 50 years of existence, it is cheers to a job well done, even as its members look into the future with renewed optimism.
The perimeter fence ĩrathiĩ na mbere, no tũreka renovation ya kanitha ũtiguĩra hanaga kahinda kangĩ, na no tũreciria kũngĩhoteka tondũ kĩwanja nĩ kĩnene thĩinĩ wa area ĩno, tũgĩe na maũndũ mangĩ manene ta ũhoro wa cukuru ĩno ĩthomithagia ũrigitani, tũiguaga twĩna gĩkeno ona ĩngĩtwo Kihuro Medical Training Center, no tũkene mũno.
People who wants to study medicine, who wants to study courses related to health, it will help them even after leaving school to get jobs. And we always find most of the early professionals, all of them, particularly in our Muranga district or Muranga county, they came from near where the church began, like Kahohia, like Gikondi, like Withaga. All those areas is where the church started in our surrounding. And most of the people who first got education got it because the church was near them.
Also, I would request those people who have been supporting us to support us more and bring in more people so that we, the Mothers Union, can be able to do more projects for the church. We have a project that is ongoing, a project which we are calling the Community Center. It has taken quite some time, but now we can see that it's going to continue being built. So I would request people of goodwill to come and assist us with funds so that we can continue and complete the projects that we are anticipating.
And I must say that I'm very happy for the support that I have really got from our Christians, and especially our dear sons and daughters from the diaspora team, who has really supported us in the project that we are undertaking to celebrate the 50 years Golden Jubilee. You'll find that you have already started the issue of the new modern gate and the perimeter wall, which has really been going on. And those funds we got from them, which was about 3 million. And that has really helped us to do quite much that we have done on this side. But still, we have a project that we will undertake after now celebrating the 50 years, because life continues. And we have a 3-story building that we have really started. And this 3-story building, it's for rental houses, so that it can be giving, it can help and support the church economically. And the project may take about 3 million.
Na wale vijana wanakuja ni vizuri wakijitoa mhanga kwa Mungu, ndio waone hata wengine mambo yale inaweza kuleta wengine. Undu uria wothe ungituma nigetha andu aria angi mende guka thiini wa nyumba ya Ngai acio mekuo magerie gwika guo.
Wakinya mutitu haria iguru wanjiriria guikuruka ni mutitu uraingira kana ni kumora, you are leaving the forest. So from the time the church was established, it's more than 50 years. It's a very long time, and therefore we have something to celebrate, because God gave us 75 years to stay in this world. Anything above 75 is an addition. Kwoguo riu ithu mundu wanjiririe kanitha miaka iyo riu ni mutitu turaumira, because God has given us 50 years on this earth. The maximum is 75. Kumanagia hau ne bashishi. Kwoguo we have walked a good journey, and we would like our people to continue walking in that journey, and the youth also to follow that route that we have taken.